Hi everybody, Casey Zander here. In this video, it's going to be completely opposite to any other content creator that you have seen when it comes to men's dating channels, when it comes to any sort of, man content, anything like that, okay? My take on this is completely opposite, and I don't care because I believe it to be true. And if I believe it to be true, I think that it can open your eyes to a higher level concept that not many people are willing to go down. When I tell you this, you're going to know it's true within your heart. Whether you want to believe it or not from the get-go, just based off the title, that high-value men need to stop rewarding promiscuous women, rest assured by the end of it, I have one goal for this presentation, okay? My whole and only goal is to convince you that this is true and to show you that it's true so that way you can look at life differently. Okay, today, with modern women, today women are rewarded for bad behavior, okay? High-value men are rewarding bad behavior, and that's why the bad behavior is never going to actually stop. Okay, the reason why the dating game is so messed up, the reason why the dating between men and women is so terrible today is because of this one reason, okay? The reason is because high-value men today are weak for their S3X, okay? Because men are so weak for sex today, they are rewarding the wrong type of behavior. And here's what I mean. Lust in general conquers all men today. Okay, they're literally not stronger than their own desires. So here's the thing you've been sold. Here's the whole narrative you've been sold. You've been sold the narrative that, okay, if you become high value, if you become rich, if you become famous, if you become wealthy, if you become successful, you've been fed the narrative that high value men believe that unlimited access to women sets them free. But in reality, you conquering this desire, okay, this one thing, okay, is everything that keeps you a total slave. You're now a slave to your desires. You're now a slave to the women that you're hoping that you can sleep with, and that runs your mind 24/7. So here's what I mean. Today, right now today, okay, I'm making this, it's either April 15th or April 16th, I'm not sure. If all high-value men right now stood up and said, you know what, we're going to stop double tapping every single booty pic on Instagram, okay? We're going to unfollow every single girl online that promotes their ass. If we said, hey, you know what, we're going to stop rewarding women who are just willing to sleep with them, you have to understand that the dating game would shift within 24 hours. Okay? If we understand hypergamy and we understand that women want the badasses at the top, okay, women want strong, competent, powerful men at the top who are rich, who are successful, who are famous, who are good looking, whatever you want to call it. Guys who have put in work and made something of their lives. You have to understand, these women are only going to do what is going to obtain them that level or that caliber of man. So instantly, they're going to act in a way that is going to get them the result that they want. I'm telling you this because if high-value men shifted what it is that they were looking for in a woman, the dating game would shift within 24 hours and women would act far better. Here's what I mean by this, okay? Women follow the standard that men set. But men have been told to not have a standard, and because men don't have a standard and don't hold themselves to a higher standard, what has happened is we've had mass chaos within the dating game. So men need to hold themselves to a higher standard. I'm trying to tell you this. The issues in the dating game today starts with the men. And it starts with you being stronger than your desires. You being stronger than your S3 desires. You being stronger than any of that. When you look at this for a second, if the millionaires, okay, the pro athletes, the influencers, the famous, the successful men, okay, if they reward scandalous behavior, okay, if they give themselves and their access as a man to these girls despite poor behavior and they don't have a standard, what's going to happen is that women have no reason to act correctly. They have no reason to act good. They have no reason to act wholesome. They have no reason to do any of these things that's going to lead to good dating cohesion between men and women. So you have to really look at this at a deeper level. It starts with you. If you're a man watching this channel, it starts with you. You have to believe. If high-value men switched their thinking and said, you know what, instead of women who reveal skin, what I'm going to do is I'm going to only give my attention to those who are modest, you're going to notice that they act different. If high-value men said, you know what, I'm only going to reward good behavior, I'm not going to reward promiscuity, you would notice that the dating game is changing instantly. What you would see is if high-value men said, you know what, I only reward women, okay, with morals and that hold themselves to a high standard, and potentially they wait for marriage or they potentially wait to find the right guy, you're going to notice that there's a shift within the dating game. It would take all of 24 hours. It would literally take 24 hours for the whole game to shape up like that. You see, it starts with the men at the top. And whether I explain this in depth to the level that I thought I could, whether I did or didn't, I hope that you can see past the fuzzy handwriting and the way at which I'm going about this, because the truth is that if the school bully, okay, is rewarded with special treatment, he doesn't have a reason to stop punching people in the face. That's the analogy I'm trying to make with this. Read this one more time. If the school bully is rewarded for special treatment, is rewarded with special treatment, he does not have a reason to stop punching people in the face, which leads me to believe this. Men are weak today, and the men that you deem as high value are actually low value. You see, what you're doing is you're looking at materialistic status, you're looking at things you're looking at things that is physical. You're looking at status, you're looking at followers, you're looking at money, you're looking at cars, and you tell yourself that that's high value. You tell yourself that just because a man has acquired those things, that makes him a high value man. It doesn't. A high value man starts on the inside, and the standard that not only he holds himself to, but the level, okay, to which he allows access to the right women, access into him. See, the problem is the game has shifted so much. You are willing to allow any woman to have access to you. Not everybody can have access to you, which means you need to set boundaries, you need to set a standard, and you need to make sure that only good operating, wholesome women actually have access to you, especially if you've made yourself into the type of man that you deem for yourself as high value. If you like this video, I want you to hit the like button, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.